7 o'clock, 49 seconds left, and the ladies are actually just starting to line up. So we are getting underway. And actually, I should mention too, we've got a couple of Japanese drums lined up over the ice there.
Yeah, you betcha. I'm interested to see what they do with those.
It's a group called Booming Tree, so that's kind of cool. Stay tuned for that. We're probably going to hear it over the broadcast, that's for sure. But things are just getting underway here. Everyone's getting settled, and
the referees have just hit the ice now, so no parade of boos, so that's good. That's a good first sign.
Less than 10 seconds now, and the opening ceremony is in. Dr. Sheldon will come out and say a few words. And in attendance tonight too, the Nate mascot brand. I auditioned for that, but they said that I just didn't have a face for a mascot. Oh boy. Fancy that.
Here we go. It's the ice.
Starting in goal number 30, Shannon Gables. Number 2, Cassidy Anderson. And number 3, Nicole Gregoire. At center number 19, Michelle Wisniewski. Starting number 4, Sherry Coles.
Chuck will take advantage tonight, but the Natives definitely have two good goaltenders that they can go to at any time. So people help to get the start tonight, and Diane Chuck will wait for her turn. But both teammates are ready to support each other in a time like this.
President Dr. Feltham with the ceremonial puck drop and the special games.
Dr. Feltham with the ceremonial puck drop between the Japanese national team and the Natives.
We invite the captains to the center of the ice for the ceremonial puck drop.
So Yuka Haruna and Sherry Bowles, I believe, are taking the ceremonial puck drop. And again, bear with me on the Japanese names. It's all new to me as well. So.
Dr. Feltham drops the puck, and we got to shake hands here. And this event, this game tonight, is well on its way to becoming a reality here.
The
Japanese national anthem to start things off.
Please welcome to the ice, Josie Feltham to sing the Canadian national anthem.
Thank
love when they play this song. It gets me all amped up inside.
You know what? If you haven't grabbed your popcorn yet, you better grab it now. You're in for one heck of a game.
The arena's filling up. Hey, how about you remind me of popcorn tonight, man?
Hey, buddy, hey, you better call up Joe Olin. He'll buy your popcorn. I'm not buying the popcorn.
A little NFL reference in arena, hockey arena. We love it.
Hey, what up? Hope everybody was tuned in back home. You know, scroll down Alberta.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. You were talking about this game for a couple of days leading up to it, eh?
I've been tweeting about it all day. So you don't follow me on Twitter, you don't follow me on Facebook. I don't get to that right now.
Well, you should start following Mr. Bartfield because, hey, he's got some good stuff to say. And there you go. There's the first set of those drums that we were talking about. They're actually good. Oh, they look pretty good too. Yeah.
You could do that thing as a part-time job, eh?
I don't know.
Beat the drums. We see Evan the new drum boy today.
Okay, here we go, Mr. Bartfield. Call the play-by-play.
Alright, let's do it. Alright, the referees are at center ice, so they're ready to go. They're formulating a game plan here. They're ready to get on the wait. Also, lining up the center ice here as well.
That's exactly it. Both teams are ready to line up. Looks like the OOKS are a bit more ready. They're already lining up in center ice.
You know what? We were talking about the part of game number 24, Tony Rambo. You know what? She's a small player, but I don't know. She's got some fight in her. I'm very interested to see what she can do.
Yeah, I think Jody's a newcomer here and in the season, and she's ready to go. We'll see what she can bring.
I've mistaken her for at first a phantom hockey player. When she first walked into the building, and she said, "No way, I'm an 8."
Well, you know what they say, don't judge a book by its cover, Brad. So here we go, puck drop now, and take it away, Mr. Bartfield.
Jody Rambo, he's got attitude shifts and in around the ball as they go. Rambo misses that puck, and away goes Japan now. With a return, 12 pressure around, and she keeps that in, and now Dave's got the puck in their own zone. Up and Rambo chips it ahead, and there.
Quick change there by the OOKS, Brad. It looks like they're trying to implement the quick change, just catch the Japanese national team off guard.
Yeah, I'm very interested early on so far, not even a minute into this game. There's been a lot of jump and chase on both ends.
Yeah, both teams looking to feel each other out, it looks like. As we mentioned before in the preamble, these teams haven't seen each other before, Brad, so that's gonna be a factor in how the game plays off right at the start.
Obviously, for the OOKS Assyrians, the draw background as intercepting Japan's got the puck. Now in territory. It's better trying to keep it into Japan holds that in. And they will finally get it to center ice, but that's about it. As Team Japan will fire that back in. Shannon Gilbert Haas, remember, is the goaltender there for your OOKS.
Evil Hawes here looking to get a quick start, feel a couple pucks there, but unfortunately there, the Japanese
Make some noise for your news.
stuck on the back of the net, the match there, so we have to stop to play.
Puck already inside of Gilbert Haas. Team Japan now trying to fight to keep the puck in. Here's for Loba now. She spins around her own territory.
Nice little move there in the corner.
Nate can't seem to anything generated so far. Japan has done a very good job of kind of playing a trap style game here. Anyway.
Ashley Rossi comes up with the puck now, and that move in the corner there.
The pocket Japan again decides to keep that in, but Lakers settle down in their own territory. Bozak, if she chipped it in, number 10, Matheson. If she's on the puck, but turn that over real quick in Japan. Another quick turnover, 8-2 and a 3-0-1. And quickly in the skates of Haley Van Poel into the corner. Van Poel's got the puck now. She'll leave it for Nicole Gregoire and fire it on net, the big save.
Now, Brad, there's something that the neighbors have to do differently here is get ladies in front of the box
trying to for Japan right now. Not really big goaltender, but seems to really like to play deep in the net and covers a lot of ground. So
See how the Natives can exploit the small goaltender in the national team.
there's Vanpole. Vanpole with a quick shot. Gobbles that up real quick.
And again, that's the same kind of style of play. I like the Natives getting some shots in the net, but again, put some bodies in that lane of the puck, and the goaltender here is going to have a harder time seeing it. Maybe deflection, maybe a lucky bounce. But that's what you need. You need some lucky bounces overall when you're starting a game. Get yourself right in it.
For the 21 part of me, I'd like to apologize real quick. It's Shane Bowles. I kept saying Vanpole, and Vanpole on the street is wearing number 21. And she wears 15 tonight. Here's Team Japan now. And they're trying to what the cycle game in, they chip ahead.
You guys just talking to?
And here's number 8. Number 8, Vanessa Kippel. She tried to work her way around, but they got tied up behind the net by 2 Japanese players. 2-on-2 now around the corner as they battle for the puck. Team Japan trying to get out. That'll be offside call with Matheson. A little bit ahead of herself. And that call was offside.
Again, both teams a little jumpy off the start, trying to feel each other out. It's a team that each has never seen each before, so I mean, you're going to have some stoppage and play quite a bit here to start off the game.
Here's Matheson. And here's Team Japan now. As they try to work it out with a quick little play. Shikugi, she battles every corner to Team Japan. Suck over the 15. Vanpole will work it out to number 20. Nicole Dunlop. And she fires in a quick change for the Natives. Get fresh legs out there. Nate now settling down in their own territory. And number 21, Sherry Bowles. Gets the center ice, and that's just about it. And Nate chips back in. Here comes Bowles now. Bowles in the zone. Bowles with a shot, and she's fanned on it in the corner down. Team Japan. Team Japan trying to get something going here early as they're heading in their own territory. And now they work something else. And Jody Ramo is back for the Natives. Dragwire turned it over in their own, right behind their own net, and almost gave Team Japan a glorious opportunity. And Jody Rummel will chip it ahead now to Sherry Bowles. Here comes Bowles as she tried to walk around the Japanese defender. That didn't work so much for her. And Japan will chip it down into their territory. They're going to double Emma Summerfield. We haven't heard much of her so far. And she'll chip it in. And there's Chloe Reeves now fired in and chase after her on puck. Yoko Kondo of Japan, number 3. Keep an eye out for her as she's got the puck with the play. Is whistled down.
I like the style of the OOKS that they're bringing across the blue line here so far, Brad. They're getting a lot of man advantages with the puck. It's all about trying to get that puck to the open lady here, and they're doing that. They just haven't been able to capitalize on some of their chances so far early on in the first period.
Yeah, and you know what? Chances will come. It's a feeling out process right now in the first period here. Kind of like for us, it's a feeling out process for both these hockey teams. And we can only get better as the game goes on. Look at the 15 down, Paul still spinning around her own net and back the other way. Japan had no part of that. They're firing right back in. Team Japan now applying some pressure. Maybe here's Matheson. And she'll fire into the Japanese territory and race after it. Number 22, Prozac. Up against 2 Japanese defenders. Can't get up Matheson now with a puck, and Team Japan's got it. They fumble around. It goes back into their zone. Cassidy Anderson is a lone woman on the puck right now. Jody Romo in there scrummaging with her small frame, but hey, she looks big out there tonight. With number 19. Maybe a quick shot that was blocked on its way through, and Romo will give it now to Bolt. Nothing generated there. Team Japan working something out that gave it almost right to Sherry Bowles in front of Team Japan net. Cassie Anderson shipping up and playing there. Also Prozac is out there as well. Team Japan will flip it in to the late territory and then make a quick full line change. And that'll be icing on the natives.
Just a little thought here on Nicole Gregoire's play there. She saw an opportunity as the Japanese national team was trying to break out with the puck in their own end, and she picked that play so beautifully that it almost created a 1-on-0 chance for her.
Excellent heads up.
Smart hockey there by Nicole Gregoire.
And it almost gave Sherry Bowles the opportunity to score the first goal of this young Navy season. So here's eight now. There, almost a mix up of signals there, but away comes it. Mika Hori now with the puck, number 7 for Team Japan, trips up and gives it away. Almost a 2-on-0, and Team Japan got that back real quick, and now freezes.
Well, Brad, that actually was a 2-on-0, just a little bit of miscommunication there by the OOKS, a little bit of a bobbly puck, and they couldn't settle it down. But other than that, another smart hockey play to pick the lanes and get that puck into an open zone. That was another smart play by the OOKS to generate another scoring chance. It's only a matter of time before one of those goes in the back of the net.
And the key thing here right now, Evan, they just got to get shots on goal. I mean, I think right now enough of this dump and chase game, you need to go after Japan hard. And Japan's doing an excellent job defensively so far in, I guess, maintaining the native.
Blooper puck there caught goaltender from the Japanese national team. Caught her a little bit off guard, but she still manages to squeeze it in her arm and keep the game at 0-0 so far. 12 minutes left in the first period and 0-0 score, Brad.
You know, I'm impressed. It's, like I said, our first look ever at the national team from Japan, and they look very, very good. You know, they're playing the trap game very well. Defensively, they're right now, they're shut down defensively. They're yet to get anything going here offensively, and maybe a chance here as Team Japan looks it up. Yoko Kondo with a quick shot.
And that was the first real shot that Giebelhaus has seen in the game, almost 9 minutes into the bout here. And that was a dead-on shot from the hash marks, slap shot by a Japanese team member here. And she saw that lane and she took a shot, but Giebelhaus, she saw that all the way.
Yeah, Giebelhaus has got tunnel vision here right now. She's throwing it up. Everything you see, obviously, like you said, the first quality opportunity for Team Japan. As Giebelhaus said, not right now. So here's Team Japan now behind the Nate, and the Nate comes away the puck. Team Japan now again with the puck in their own zone, trying to chip it back in. And Nate away now Nicole Dunlap as she gets kind of turned around and spilled, almost like a ballerina. And Japan will flip it into the Nate territory and make a full sail change.
Cheeky little move by Cassidy Anderson behind the net. Little play off the back of the net to thwart one of the Team Japan members here.
And here's now Nicole Gregoire with the puck. Now Japan's got it out front. They couldn't get all of that. And they tried now struggling to get this puck out of their zone.
Great pressure by the Japanese national team
With a
here.
quick shot, and that just goes wide. Japan now putting on some pressure. Almost looks like an NHL power play here. The way they're setting up the puck, and here's Hori, number 7 for Team Japan. The whistle blows there, and there's a stoppage in play.
And Brad, that's the first real opportunity that the Team Japan has had in the OOK end for an extended period of time. They were having some great puck movement there. Look to that line to generate some scoring chances for this team because the OOKS didn't really have an answer for that cycle of the puck there.
No, and you know what? For the Nate OOKS right now, I really, really like this Prozac, Remmel, and Sherry Bowles line. I mean, it's done absolutely incredible wonder. Right now, both with a quick shot, and that was blocked right off the face off Sherry Bowles. Took a big clapper, but saw out of the way by Shikamoja. Here's Remmel. She was a near full time. The corner, there's a blind drop pass. There's Remmel now in the territory number 7. Emma Summerfield now picks that up, gives it to her defense partner. Sherry Bowles now works at the center ice. Trying to give it to Lindsay Bauer, and Bauer will leave it there for Bowles, but offside.
Yeah, I agree with you here, Brad. Bowles, Rammel, and line up there. Ochapsky, they're looking good. They have created all of the scoring chances so far for the Nate OOKS here in this first period.
You betcha, and Carly Reed here ready to take the face off for the Nate OOKS. And here's now Van Pol. Van Pol chips it in, and he's got it back at center. Sorry, the blue line. Ashley Rossi leaves it there. For Van Pol, and she got harassed. And Team Japan will pick up the puck in the Nate territory. Number 13, Moko Fujimoto. With the puck here for Team Japan in the corner. She's battling 3 different OOKS players. I mean, holy, what strength of this hockey player. There's Vanessa Cripple taking out 4 different Japanese players all by herself, circling, waiting for fresh legs to come on. Cripple leave it in the corner. Quick shot by Gregoire and seen all the way by Fukamoda.
Great cycle there to counter by the OOKS, and they got Japan on a little bit of a change there, but unfortunately the OOKS were also changing, so Klipke had a little bit of a trouble finding some fresh legs to get that puck back to the blue line while she was in the corner on that last play.
You know, I keep calling her Klipka. It's
Klimke.
Klimke.
There you go.
Oh, tongue-tied today. Klimke. Hey, it's the first game of the year. So,
shake off the cobwebs. Here we go.
We got lots of time. 28 more games to roll here. And here come the OOKS now. The Transco lost that puck. And Team Japan will play it back in for not for long though. Like Cassidy Anderson. It's over the center ice, and that's as far as they'll go. Here's now Kubo. The puck for Team Japan should lead the game. Team Japan has done an excellent job so far getting the sticks in the lane. Prozac here with the puck. Over to Brower. Brower now turns it over to Kudo. Kudo with a quick shot.
You know, something that something the Nate OOKS probably weren't expecting is a defensive style play from the Japanese national team. They are in every single lane, knocking down passes, blocking shots, and this transition game that the OOKS normally play, having a little bit of trouble getting out of their own end in the neutral zone with all these sticks in play here.
Yeah, it's looking a little sloppy right now, and I'm very, very impressed with this shutdown game Team Japan has played. Here's number 7 now, that'd be Emma Summerfield. She'll skate out with it to center ice now. Harassed by a Japanese defender. Number 53, Kida. Number 16, Ashley Grusha. Ashley Grossi here. Some trouble with this lead, it seems like. She had trouble getting it out of the zone. And away is Sherry Bowles, the captain of this Nate OOKS hockey team. Bowles will chip it in, and she wants fresh legs, and she'll chip. Japan will flip it in. And Jakenna will find some fresh legs. She looks gingerly as she skates off the ice again. Here's 8 now working it, trying to get out of their own end. And here's number 8, Vanessa Kimko. Oh, she gets absolutely drilled. You can hear it from the fans, and there will be a penalty.
And there we go, Brad. I was waiting for this to happen, but now our first penalty of the game, and you know what? Klimke looks to be all right here. She fell awkwardly into the boards after a little bit of interference push there by Team Japan member, and the OOKS will be the first team tonight on the power play.
Kenny Oki, the one in the box tonight for Japan's first penalty of the year, and Nate will go to the power play. We'll see how deadly this power play could become. Number 3, Gregoire with a shot that just missed wide. Gregoire's been all over the ice tonight, but just can't seem to bury one, and she'll pick this one up also behind her own net.
Yeah, Gregoire's been a real force on the blue line so far for the Nate OOKS.
Gregoire again, so that's number 20, Nicole Dunlop will chip it in, and Cassie Anderson as well in there. Lindsay Bauer here with a puck down, settle it down. Here's Japan. And fans are going to call there as well, a slash, but Brower will pick it up and settle it down for Nate.
Team Japan penalty given to Nate Aoki, number 5.
Flimke walking around the Nate defender. Under net, out front, almost off a Nate defender and into that. Flimke just about had a lucky bounce and made it 1-0 for the OOKS.
Great look by Klimke there to try to cross ice here to get a teammate in the slot. She tossed it out, and it kind of went through the pads of the Team Japan goaltender, snuck by, and almost went in the net behind her.
Yeah, wow. It's a very, I guess, good way to get it on net. You're looking for a goal, you're trying to buy one, and hey, just throw it on there, and luck will happen. Here's Japan as they break out. 4-on-2. I will do this shot. Double hands will steal out a shot. It's a better with a shot, and again, short-handed. They aren't afraid to jump up in the play and try and make something happen here with Team Japan.
Yeah, this is quite interesting, Brad. They're playing a defensive game on 5-on-5, and now with players sitting in the penalty box, they're jumping up the offense like crazy.
And here's Klimke with a shot, can't get it through traffic, held in there. Quick shot by Dan Pohl, and no answers there. Now Japan will work out 3-on-2 for Nate, and there's a chip and no call there. And back the other way comes Nate. I think number 19, Michelle Pachowski. Captain tonight. I thought it was Sherry Bowles for some reason. There's Pachowski now waiting for the pop around her neck. Sherry Bowles also there to get it. Bowles there with the puck. She'll try and get it up to the pinch and Cassie Anderson. Nothing to get done there. Nate back in there, turns away quickly, turned aside though by Team Japan, and they work the other way.
Great kill there by Team Japan. That was excellent penalty killing there by that team.
Yeah, the penalty is not over. Nate is 0 for 1 on the power play there with offside zone on the part of Team Japan.
This is interesting to note. We saw the Japanese national team play great defensive hockey 5-on-5, and I can't stress this enough. This team totally switched gears as soon as they had a woman in the box, and they turned on that offense and almost caught the OOKS off guard to a point where they almost scored a shorthanded goal there.
Oh, so they came close on many occasions here, and I think Nate really needs to be cautious moving forward in this hockey game, knowing that Japan is not afraid to jump up or pin or be aggressive in any situation whatsoever. And we're seeing him here again behind the Nate net. They just cannot get anything going here. We'll see Japan now. And they're putting on some pressure. in the OOKS territory. With 13. Fukumoto with a quick shot that goes right over top the net. And Gilbert Haas has to be kind of sharp on that play, and she holds on to that one.
Yeah, that puck actually sailed over the left shoulder of Giebelhaus, but bounced off the plexiglass and made an awkward bounce right kind of back in to the crease area, and Giebelhaus almost got caught there, but luckily for the OOKS, the puck stays out of the net, 0-0 still in this hockey game with 3 minutes left to go.
You know, I have a feeling it's going to stay 0-0 for a long time. The way these two hockey teams are playing. You know what? People underestimate women's hockey here, Evan. I want to throw this out here. It is a thing, you know. It's if not more entertaining right now. I mean, you know, the pace is a lot faster. And don't underestimate these ladies, because they can play just like some of the best of the men can play.
Yeah, it's a great hockey here, Brad. Really good to watch and see these two teams, how they're interacting so far in this first period.
Again with the puck, they cycle down low and Jordan Haas again. That's the time they're steering out of side into the corner. In Japan again with a tip wide, just wide of the net here. Now in the corner it's 2 against 1, 2 Japanese players. And finally, Vanessa Quincy will help her defenders out. And now as a puck in the net, and she'll just fire it down the ice right on net to Fukumoji. And let me tell you, one more bounce, and that just about went into the back of the net.
That was a little heads-up play there by the OOK defenseman.
There's Sherry Bowles now with a puck from Nate, and she gets rubbed out by a Japanese defender. And Jody Ramo almost turned that into a deadly play.
Offside was the call there, a little bit of a jump over the blue line from the Nate OOK team. And
you know what, Evan, for the first time this year, the first game as partners, we're not doing too bad. You know, I'm a little surprised, to be quite honest with you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bartko.
And you'd be happy to know we did not drink before the game, so you're completely sober. And here's Nicole Gregoire now, the puck as she brings it around the board for Jody Ramo. I gotta tell you, I'm not gonna lie, Jody Ramo is the smallest player I've ever seen in a university hockey game, and she is not afraid to go where the puck goes. I mean, she doesn't matter what's in her way. She's smaller than Theo Fleury and still out there playing excellent hockey. And here's Ramo now, and she'll chip it into Japan territory. Not very far. Japan works it up now. And Osawa with a quick shot on this one. And here's Osawa again with a shot. They score! The team of the rising sun, yes. Team Japan strikes first. And it's Chaiho Ashawa. I hope I'm saying that right, because she strikes first, lights the lamp, and it's 1-0 Team Japan.
Yeah, that was just an absolute mental relapse there by the Nate OOKS. They let the Japanese walk right in, steal the puck from them, walk around the ice, miss a poke check, and then she just got in the hash marks and she rifled that one over the left side of Giebelhaus, and Giebelhaus really didn't have a chance on that shot.
You know, kind of lack of defense there, but the Nate OOKS kind of fell apart. Lack of communication, I guess, is a better word. And Giebelhaus had no chance whatsoever over the shoulder in the back of the net.
And with 50 seconds left in the period, Japan goes up.
And again, Japan almost strikes again, makes it 2-0 before the period's up. Good shot, that was chipped wide.
Team Japan goal scored.
It almost looks like they're on their heels here. Wait, in the open period with just 30 seconds to go. In this period.
Time of the goal, 19 minutes, 4 seconds.
Yeah, Brad, you can really feel the tempo of this game start to change. The OOKS are lucky that this game, this period, didn't have a little bit more time in it, because right now, Japan's pressure, you can feel it up here in the broadcast booth. They are turning it on. They're absolutely turning it on, and they are ready to get another one in there before the period's out, I think.
I'm feeling the heat. It's so hot in here. Oh, the ice is melting. And here's Chloe Reed now in the pocket. She's trying to make some magic happen with 15 seconds to go. Chloe Reed out the side of the net. Can't dance around her Japanese defender, and Japan will likely hold it in there. The final 1 second to go. And that is it. At the end of period number 1, and there you see some pushing and shoving at the end of period number 1 between the OOKS and Team Japan. So definitely tempered. Get a little heating here. And we'll keep our eye on that coming into period 2. But the score right now, the visitors, yes, Team Japan 1. The home side, the natives, nothing so far.
Yeah, and you know what, Brad? I think this first period was a real feeling out of the both teams there to try to get a feel for how they play, the style of hockey that they play. And I think both teams now, heading into the dressing room in the first intermission, they are going to know what kind of game plan they have to execute against the other. So look for the second period to have a little bit more fireworks. And you could already tell that it was starting to happen with Japan turning on the pressure there in the last couple of minutes in the first period and eventually getting that goal to go up 1-0.
Well, what do you think, if you were Nate right now and the coaching staff, what would be your game plan going into period number 2? Obviously, you need something to crack this aggressive Japanese team.
I mean, we just saw with the goal that Team Japan scored, they're quick to execute when they have a chance. So obviously, Coach Iwanika is going to have to go in the dressing room and say, hey, look, guys, we cannot give them one chance. We had a lot of chances aside from Japan. Japan maybe had 2 scoring chances that entire period, and they capitalized on 1. The OOKS, they had a dozen at least, and they didn't capitalize. So they got to look to shut down those chances that Team Japan has and capitalize on the chances that they have in the game. And that's going to be the main issue.
We are, I guess, entertained by the booming trees right now. Yes, the Japanese drum, traditional drum performing group, I should say. And down here, just in front of us, doing a performance. Some excellent work by these guys.
Yeah, this is great by Nate Athletics to bring in some culture here and get the crowd involved. I mean, there's got to be a couple hundred people here right now just sitting around, and this is great. This is what they wanted to do with bringing the Japanese team in here. Get a little culture going, get a little things going for Nate Athletics, and I mean, this is great stuff. If you can ask for a national team to come into your arena and play you and experience some of the stuff that we're experiencing right now, Nate Athletics can only go up from here, Brad, and it's just great to see. It's great to be a part of, I have to say.
Oh, it's wonderful atmosphere here so far. And what a great job, again, you mentioned, by Nate Athletics, just to make the Japanese team feel welcome, feel home, and to bring in a little culture with the drums. It's just an excellent touch.
Well, I think we're going to take a quick break here, maybe go to the bathroom, Mr. Bartko, and we're going to come back. But leave the people listening to the Anner 92 and on the live stream with a last thought. What are the Ukes going to have to do here to turn things around and put the pressure on Japan coming into the second?
They're really going to have to, I guess, changing of the guard, so to speak. They're really going to have to play Japan's style game. So get aggressive, get in the dirty areas, and try to solve Fujimoto. Fujimoto is really on her game right now. She looks, in the zone. And in order to solve her, we talked in the pregame, get bodies in front of her. And that's the plan.
I couldn't agree with you more. This is Evan Dagenhart and Brad Bartko for Anner 92 Sports down at the Nate Arena. Stay tuned. We have the second period of the OOKS versus the Japanese national team coming up in about 10 minutes' time. Stay tuned.
10 names or you want to do the whole period?
I wouldn't mind trying the whole thing. I mean, yeah.
Right.
I mean, we probably shouldn't switch things up too much, though, eh?
No, I think for the listeners' sake, you should try and give them,
Keep it, yeah.
they're so used to hearing the one voice.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, even if I jump out and make them 10 different things, right? So,
Well, let him do a half a period.
yeah, sure.
Surprised they didn't perform somewhere more visible to the audience. Literally a sideshow.
Yeah, okay.
I can't even get a good shot of them because that banister is cutting it off.
I don't know. I'm looking at these guys. I'm like, how are they getting that? How are you guys getting a good shot? That banister's right in the way. It's not?
What's the plan?
What is the plan? What is the plan? You got Wi-Fi? I can't connect to any Wi-Fi.
Once again, moving tree.
Moving trees, baby. Again,
That's
look
not
at
good stuff for me.
Welcome back to your
Ready to roll.
news.
Right out my Shannon Gilbert-Haas, who had an excellent first period, and also Cesar Diaz. They look ready to roll and lead off where they came from the first period. Hopefully get a quick mark before the second. And then really coming from if they have anything to say about it, they want to tie this game and go back. And hopefully they want to walk out of here with 20. I definitely expect fast from Team Japan. I expect a quicker game from the Navy, a little more aggressive, and just getting into those good areas of driving the red ball and then the finishing capitalize 3 games. Getting extra bodies in front of the logo. So let's hope get that done. betcha. It's a pleasure to have you. That ball looks Japan all the way. Well, that ball deflected a shot. And Gilbert Haas made that kind of difficult looking stand there. And just like we were saying in the second and Richard Dick, still remains aggressive. Fire on some. Oh, boy. Well, if you're listening, I go for it. There you go. We just bet to do a university hockey game, but hey, Gilbert Hospital, so Japan now looks like shot, and that steals going on. Japan again, still remaining to keep the pressure on it. Osaka, the lone goal scorer here in the first period, got that stripped away. Brown will play that in for me. Now has a puck. Trying to get him outplaying it in Japan territory. Osaka will have one part of the ball. Japan will go to the center ice and flip it in the rest of the way. Gotcha. Gotcha. What a name that is. Level down 4 to Japan. Excellent. Amazed not to pronounce that name. Here's now number 10 for Japan. Another quick shot and give it off. Again, has to go up and up with another Japanese player right on the doorstep. So, no rebounds given up by Gilbert Haas, which is very, very good.
Just think of it this way.
That would be amazing.
We'll be able to say hello, but at least you'll be able to say your name, right?
Yeah, you betcha. And here's Belova now with the puck.
Scrum in the corner there.
Bozak as well alongside Matheson. Belova now with the puck. And should try to flip it to Matheson afterwards, stepping away from the Japanese. Remember, without flipping it, it makes a wholesale change. Nate looks still on their heels. Starting to be very slow pace for him out of the gate here.
Yeah, Nate definitely on the defensive right now. He's surprised. You think they can?
Yeah, you would think so. Much more enthusiasm, but that's just not the case here. With the puck.
Japanese team just on fire. I cannot stress how much I'm impressed with this team.
There's Oki. There's Nate down with the puck. And dance around Oki and Cassie Anderson. Chipping it up and now. Taking a shot with Chapsky, the captain of the Zoo Soccer team. Chapsky with the puck over the Brower. Brower will play in the corner with nobody home. Up a Brower and passed by Brower. She shuts down her Nate defender real quick, and in comes now Nate. And Sherry Bowles trying to dance around her woman's sword.
Folks, please open up your programs for your last number.
Right, do you think the fact that this is the national team?
The next lucky number.
You would think so, yeah.
Number 24. You got programs
That's
for
the best.
please come up to the booth for your prize. Number 24.
Over the shot and then steered aside by Fukumoto. They will play it in, but they're outside and the whistle goes.
Now that we're simple to point out, that is a very stylish Japanese team.
Yeah, excellent. What is this? Oh, it's awesome. It's great to see here. I'm just excellent. I'm happy that they're in the building. It's a good honor, like I said before, to have broadcast this game. Because quite frankly, I might never get the opportunity to see Our broadcast will be winning some national Japanese team. So it's once in a lifetime for me when you're Team Japan. Because they went up with the second round. Again with a shot. Dylan Haas had to be Zach again with a shot. Rebound. Oh, with a save. Hold on, what is great? Dylan Haas. And what might be he goes down for it and with a save. That's it, yeah. What a great analogy. You know what? No hard feelings for Dave here, Jack. This can easily be a 4-0 game with this team again. Right up the face off of the way to get out. Cowley shot and just inches wide. Well, we just scoring opportunity there. You go good though. Now, we talk to Japan.
I'm very impressed with number 17 on Team Japan there. Just so speedy. Yuka Hirano. I think I get an A+ for pronouncing that one. Japan, just with the constant pressure, just unbelievable.
Carly Reeve doing great aggressive play here against Japan as Nate trying to make a change, can't quite do so. And Reeve still battling in there, which is excellent work by number 8, Carly Reeve.
Looks like Vanessa Klimplay got tripped up there near the blue line.
And you kid her now with the puck for Japan. That was quickly turned over. An offside by Nate.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier, it's not every day you get a national team coming here to Nate. It's just a really spectacular event we have the pleasure to be announcing right now.
It's a great honor.
Team Japan applying the pressure.
You want to do some play-by-play, Vic, or you want me to?
Oh, I think you're handling it quite well.
All right. And here's Van Cole now with the puck, and she got tied up. Now a little bit of a hold, no call on the part of Japan.
I'm a little scared by that giant owl over there in the corner, to be quite honest.
Oh boy, come on now! It's time to become a man, Vic Michaels. Jim Matheson working a. Joe Matheson, pardon me. Jim Matheson works for the Edmonton Sun. Joe Matheson now working out for the Nate OOKS.
I've always been a Sun fan myself. The journal is just too big, too hard to read.
Here's Japan now with a quick shot and blocked. Right the slot, Gilbert Haas, and away comes Nate. Prozac chips that in. It was going to be a 3-on-2 for Nate, but obviously some time lags. Sherry Bull in by herself, feeds her defense partner. As Pachapsky almost tipped that in, but Pachapsky shot and Greg Wire with a quick blast again. She is all over the ice tonight. And another quick blast by her, just wide of the net.
We got a battle for the puck in the corner. Japan has emerged.
Still out there, 4-8, doing some excellent work. I mentioned her size earlier, and let me tell you, size does not matter because she is all over the ice.
Speaking of size, all these Japanese players, they are small, but like I said before, they are fast.
You betcha. And here's Greg Wire now with the puck. Okay, now Cassidy Anderson, pressured by some Japanese forward. Greg Wire will try and get it to a forward. Couldn't quite do so. And there you see this aggressive forward check by Team Japan, just all over the Nate OOKS. In Japan territory. Nate, Japan with the puck.
Nate with a good opportunity, number 18, puts the puck on net.
Well, with a shot, a quick save by Fujimoto, heading across the creases, number 18, Danielle Brown.
Danielle Brown with a tremendous opportunity there. Danielle, that's a very nice name, I must say. If I was a man, I'd name myself Danielle, I think. But Vic Michaels seems to work well.
Oh my God! I am loving this color commentary in the second period. I don't know what about you guys, but wow, very comical up here, Vic Michaels.
Speaking of the word color, do you spell that with a O-U or do you do the American O-R?
O-R.
O-R. Oh, you've been Americanized already. Jeez.
I was in California a little too long.
Well, I spent some time in France myself, and we pronounce it Kalur. But anyways, Japan with the puck right up the middle. Number 18 of the Japanese team, Sagagami.
Sagagami now battling her way with Jillian Matheson behind the net. Matheson working her way. I was easily turned over. Japan with a quick shot that was blocked. Steered on to Gilbenhaus. And she'll leave it for her Nate defender. Here's Nate now working to center ice, that being Brower, and she chips it in and she wants a change. Team Japan now working ahead, full steam ahead. Yukita with a little shove as well on Nate forward, going back to the bench. See if things heat up there. Osawa shot the quick save by Gillenhaus. Gillenhaus had to be sharp on that play as Team Japan is, I hate to use a pun here, but all over Nate, like white on rice.
I think Nate has wiped the sweat off their brow getting that puck out of their end.
I think so. I think they're sweating a little more, though, as this game goes on with Team Japan all over. Remo now tried to keep it in, couldn't do so. A little bumping there at center ice. And Osawa couldn't get to the puck. Remo now tied up for Nate, trying to get it to Bulls.
I must say, these ladies are not shying away from contact. This has been a very physical game.
Oh, I'm very impressed. You know what? This is more contact than the Edmonton Oilers.
Don't be telling Theo Peckham that.
No, that's no. I hope he didn't hear that.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's waiting for you in the parking lot as soon as we get out.
Well, you're gonna save me, so it's okay.
No.
Here's now Team Japan behind the Nate and number 17. Hirona now with the puck. Quick shot by Team Japan. That was tipped and blocked as Cassie Anderson trying to get it out for Nate. Can't quite do so. Japan keeps the pressure on. Team Japan now. Quick shot on the Gillenhaus. Rebound and a big save by Gillenhaus. Took a lucky bounce out front of that. Almost looked like a pass. And a hard save by Gillenhaus.
You got to respect Shannon Gillenhaus's play tonight. Without her, I think this could easily be a 4-0 game, like you said earlier.
Oh, like I said, I stand by those words. 4-0 here. It is 1-0 shot on goal. Still say 10-7. Obviously, that's not correct. With 8:36 to go in this second period of play. You know what? Being up in the booth, Vic, the time flies by.
It does, especially when you're watching exciting hockey like this.
Here's Oki now. Out front for Gilbenhaus and Team Japan. All over Nate. Still in this hockey game.
You think this has anything to do with the fact that maybe the Japan team wants this more, seeing as how they are a national team? You got national pride involved.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they want to do it for the whole country of Japan. But it looks like they just have a little more jump or pep in their step early on here.
Well, let's hope this Nate team does it for Nate, because I think Nate could use a win as well.
Oh, for sure. Here's Team Japan, now back to the point. Quick shot, that was blocked. And away goes Nate as they chip it in. That was Carly Reeves. Again, she's all over the ice, chipping it in.
If I was a betting man, I'd say some of these Japanese players had a couple of Red Bulls before this game. Would you agree with that?
Hey, well, Red Bull gives you wings, so I don't know if they took Red Bull.
So what gives you flaming skates?
I have no idea. Maybe a rock star?
Buffalo?
Oh, maybe.
If so, I gotta get me one of those for sure.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
Or
know.
maybe human growth hormones, whatever works, right?
Oh, boy. I know the Nate president is listening to this, so please don't take any of this personal, because we're just having a little fun here in the first exhibition game. Here's Japan now, cycling the puck around, looking for a rebound, and Gilbert Haas has no part of that.
I don't think we can say enough about this young lady right now. Just superb in the net, and I think if she can repeat this throughout the season, this will be a good season in net for the Nate OOKS women's team.
You know what? This is there's many bright spots for this women's OOKS team right now, and Gilbert Haas is one of them. She is excellent form tonight, and is only the second exhibition game for these ladies. I cannot wait till the season gets underway and play games for real. And same with the men's team. I mean, men's team are pretty much the same team, except missing a few key components, but they recruited very well.
Number 2 on defense, Cassidy Anderson, has impressed me as well. Some good defensive play, and she's really giving it her all out there.
Oh, she's a workhorse out there for sure. And an easy cover up by Gilbert Haas. Both teams will make the change, and the face-off will be to the right of Shannon Gilbert Haas.
The big face-off for Nate on their own end, and they win it.
That was Jillian Matheson with the win. Emma Summerfield there with the puck. She lost it to a Japanese forward, and Matheson takes her woman into the boards hard. And now here's number 22, Prozac. Paloma Prozac. Sounds like a vitamin. But you know what? She's hyper. She's all over the ice tonight. And maybe she's taking a Red Bull tonight, because her and Cassidy Anderson are sure buzzing tonight.
I don't think you should be mixing energy drinks and Prozac, Brad.
Well,
Because you know what you'll get? You'll get one heck of a hockey player.
exactly. Yeah.
See what I did there? That was pretty smart, eh?
You betcha. Here's Team Japan now working it in. Japan with a shot and right into the chest of Shannon Gilbert Haas. And another easy save. With 5:38 to go in the second period. Still the only goal of the game came in the first period. Chaho Asawa with the only goal for Team Japan, leading 1-0.
Shannon looking good out there. She's like a mother owl protecting her nest.
Huh. It's a good analogy. I like that. And here's Carly Reeves now with the puck. Pardon me, that's a crypt goal. I couldn't see because the hair was in the way of the number. Quick shot, Cliplo with a rebound. And steered aside with Fukamoji. And the arm is up, and there will be a penalty. We'll await the call here as they touch the puck. And I believe the power play will go to Japan, their first of the evening.
This is not what Nate needs right now. Being shorthanded, being down by 1 goal, 5 minutes left in the second period. Nate needs to pick it up here.
And Vanessa, I'm sorry, I'm stumped on the last name.
We're going to call her Van Halen from now on.
No. I heard a few pronunciations today. Vanessa Klimke, I believe, is how you correctly pronounce it. We'll get that down packed and ready to go for the regular season again. I'm just getting the dust off. But quick shot at Japan. They shoot. They score. It's 2-0. Team Japan, a quick power play goal.
The land of the rising sun is getting hotter.
They make it, and they open the gap and make it wider. And Nate now looks like they might have a tough hill to climb. with the rest of this hockey game. And a quick goal by Team Japan.
I'm just gonna take a
That's
quick.
how our play looked good.
I'm going to take a very inspirational quote from a man named Alfred. Why do we fall, Brad Bartko? So we can learn to pick ourselves back up.
And we'll get the call on who scored that for Team Japan. I'm not sure quite yet. As we'll wait for the PA announce on that. Now, my partners up here in the booth are telling me number 11, Yori Adachi scored the goal. Arura Yoyama. Sorry, hey, that was a quick strike for the ladies from Japan, and that power play, you can't say much about it because they struck really quick.
Well, exactly. That's just been the whole story of this game is quickness from this Japan team.
I'm very, it still gets me every time. I'll say this over and over again. The quickness and skill of this Japanese team is absolutely incredible. But hey, it's a great test for the Natives. And Rui Yukata with a quick shot for Team Japan after a brutal mishap by the Natives turnover in their own. And Yukata was steered aside by Gillenhaus.
Like I said earlier, I think passion has a big part in this Japanese team. Not only are they playing for a team, they are playing for their country here. This is the country of Japan. It doesn't get much bigger than that.
No, they're very passionate.
Big shot off the face mask of number 33, or number 30, Shannon Gildenhoff.
Shot, and that got blocked on the way through. Another turnover again. I can't even count these turnovers anymore by the Natives. It is getting completely out of hand. And Van Paul tried to wrap it around her end boards to try and get out of the Nate territory, but Team Japan just keeps it hemmed in there. There's Van Paul now.
Well, once again, Nate getting clogged up in their own end here. It's not looking good.
Shizukawa has the puck for Team Japan, and they cycle it out front, banging away. But Gillenhaus will scoop that up and keep it a 2-0 score.
Do you think this 2-0 score has anything to do with the Nate defense?
I don't think you could solely blame it on the Nate defense. Obviously, you can blame part of it on the Nate defense, but I mean, just the way Team Japan is playing, they're playing very well. And I think Nate is underestimating this hockey team. And Nate away on a 2-on-1. That was broken up real quick. Hopped off the stick. Vanessa Klemke. Back to center right.
I personally think this is a good thing for the Nate OOKS. Having a Japan team this hot is only going to make them better.
Oh, definitely. And it's a good test in the regular season for sure. Oh, and seeing some pushing and shoving there by, I believe it's Koki, number 2 for Team Japan. Took out 2 Nate women hockey players.
Wow! Did you hear that? I heard I think a cat fight's going on in the back somewhere.
It's looking like that, isn't it? Yeah. And number 7, Emma Summerfield chips that in and trying to start something here for the Natives, but Team Japan, none of that. Sherry Bowles fires it back in, trying to pick up where she started off last year. Excellent campaign for the women's team. Away 2-on-2 now, Team Japan. That's number 16. I'm sorry, number 15, Rui Yukata with the puck for Japan. There is no number 16 on the Japanese roster. So, with a quick shot and a big paddle save by Gillenhaus.
Another scrum in the corner here. Nate emerges with the puck, and they they cleared the puck out of their zone.
Sherry Bowles now with the puck, and she turns that over yet again. But Japan will chip that in and make a wholesale change. Sherry Bowles and hops over his stick. Team Japan again now. Trying to walk around her defender and score a goal, and Gilman Haas will cover that up, and no action comes about that.
Well, we got to stop it here. I just want to take the time to say what a crowd tonight. What a good-looking, supportive crowd we have here. Lots of Japanese fans, of course, lots of hometown NATOOKS fans as well.
No, it's a great turnout, especially for an exhibition game like this. But it's wonderful to see, and hopefully we can have this all year round.
The only thing we're missing right now is popcorn. Oh, wait, we have that too.
Yes, I believe Terrell Owens brought it to us to start the game.
Yeah, he's unemployed right now, so he had nothing better to do.
He's our intern here at NR92.
Our popcorn maker.
You betcha. Here's now Nate as they try and work something out. Van Poel will feed it up ahead now as Klimke. Vanessa Klimke, she's been all over the ice and just absolutely double teamed there by two Japanese players, and she's bent over in a heap of pain and can't even get off the ice. And now she hobbles her way to the bench. But in massive amounts of pain as she got absolutely hammered by two Japanese forwards.
We got 30 seconds left in the period, another stoppage. I don't know, I like that nickname Van Halen for Vanessa. You're not feeling that one?
I like that. I don't know if she'll like that, but I like that for sure.
I think it's very stylish. Obviously, Eddie Van Halen, he's great. Anytime you can be related. Obviously, he's a man, but he's a good-looking guy, I guess, right?
Oh, let's not go down that road. Eddie Van Halen and hockey just don't mix.
I think that name can stick. Van Halen. She is a heck of a player, and he was a heck of a guitar player.
Yeah, that's true. And here's number 10 for Team Japan. Yoriyama, she's got one of the two goals here for Team Japan. Center ice doesn't get much farther than that as Mika Hori picks it up for Team Japan. A race in it for the corner, and that'll do it for the period. Period number 2 in the books here at the Nate Arena, and the score after 2, Team Japan 2, the NATOOKS nothing. We will be back with you in just a couple short minutes to do the second intermission recap. Evan Dagenhart back with me for the third. And thank you, Vic Weichels, for the second period. Color commentary. Unfortunately, you got to go home now, get some beauty sleep, and I'm sure we'll see you around.
Yes, it was very nice filling in for this beautiful second period. I like to think of myself as an international man of mystery, so being able to see Japan here tonight, to spread my wings and experience a new team on the ice was very fun. I enjoyed it. This has been the second period. Vic Michaels alongside Brad Bartko. We're going to hand it back over to Devin. Evan, my mistake. What is wrong? All these Japanese names are messing me up tonight. But yeah, we're going to hand it over to Evan. He knows what he's doing, and he'll take good care of you guys.
I got the updates coming. Except if Greg Jennings doesn't get on the board, I'm going to lose my matchup this week, Brad. We're going 0-3. It's bold.
My phone's going to die in 4 years.
My phone's at like 5%. What are you at? Oh, yeah, okay. I'll hook you up.
All right, folks. We're going to direct your attention to the center of the ice. where Ken and MJ are going to have 20 seconds to make 10 shots on either net. The shooter with the most shots wins the prize.
I'd go over there and shoot all
All
those
right,
guys.
folks, let's count down. 3, 2, 1, shoot!
What percent is your phone?
11.
And your winner, by unanimous decision, MJ.
Get off the ice. Avery, did you guys get that? That's Newswatch Gold right there. Of course it is. Durham loves that. He would eat that up.
I'm producer, I can cut that story.
I would be offended if you cut my story. Brad, how'd you go?
I'm so ready to go with 20 minutes left to play in the game.
Welcome back to Next Star News.
I was gonna say, Brad, that was a little bit of a shot at Nate. I think they walked onto the ice like they owned it, and I think the OOKS saw that. I expect this team to come out with a little bit more grit, a little bit more passion. I mean, 20 minutes left, throw it on the line. What do you have to lose?
And the best thing about this hockey game is breakdown so far. These referees are ready to play. All of our wrestlers, not all of them, this is a great world game. And it's the learning curve for the Eagles. If they don't lose this hockey, they can only get better from here.
Like you said, exhibition game, but to these two teams, it means something more than that. This is both two countries going at it, bottom line, and one team's going to come out with the win.
It just seems, Evan, it seems kind of brain
Oh, of course it is, Brad. I mean, if you were Canada going up against some other country, you want to come out on top. That's basically you saying, hey, right now in this game of hockey, we beat you. Country against country, we beat
I
you.
would love to see Team Canada come back. And even take me back and go overseas to Japan and maybe have a game with them.
Yeah, you never know. This could be the start of something that goes on for quite a few years. You never know. And that's what Nate was trying to do here. I think they're trying to establish some sort of contact with other top caliber teams for their teams and their athletic department to play against a caliber team and get better. That's what this is about.
Calling pizza with the fly on it. There'll be a penalty here for Team Japan. And Melissa Kemp.
Vanessa Klimpke actually gets tripped by the
You know
team.
what? That name has given me trouble all night long. Vanessa Klimpke. Why can I not pronounce it? Nick Michaels will say it then. He was referenced to Klimpke.
Yeah.
But she brought a early penalty here, and we talked about it in the intermission. This is a great opportunity for Nate to get back in his own goal. Here's now Nate setting up the draw. Quick shot. And Nate to get rebound. I thought it was Nate. And a quick save by Cody. Wow, what a fluky play. As Nate thought they had one.
Big shot from the
Quick
point there,
shot
Brad.
in Cody. Gamozetta.
And this is what we're talking about. I mean, when Nate's on the blue line, they're doing the pitching backs back and forth, and they don't have anybody in the lane to block Fujimoto. That she's gonna see that shot every single time, and she's gonna save it. You gotta get somebody in the lane. You gotta deflect that puck.
We've been saying this all night long, Evan, and you have to get somebody in the front
Time for the penalty, 13 seconds.
The woman in the box, Hannah Ringo, she went off 2 points for me. I won't play, but right now, Keith Buchanan is feeling the tempo of the power play.
It's like we've seen before in the other penalty kill. They're putting a lot of pressure on the OOKS, and the OOKS can't get that pass in time. And they're going to start dumping and chasing, I think, switch the game plan around.
Gets tied up now with 2 Japanese defenders. Good shot by Vanpo. Off the side, that's Sherry Bowles now. Trying to cool things off. Vanpo. Good shot by Gregwire. And shoot the puck all night long, just no result.
That's another classic defense by Team Japan. They got in front of the lane, they blocked the shot, no shot in on Fujimoto, no goal scored.
Hold on. Sorry, Janet Polova's right over 50. My apologies. It's Van Pol all night long. It is Polova. Obviously, they're switching numbers around prior to the hockey game. I just want to see my notes. My apologies to Van Pol and Polova.
I like this matchup here with Klitke and Brown on the power play. That's a good call by Coach Iwanika to get some offense going early on in this game. Great matchup, I think.
Daniel Brown, 17 face off here to the right of Columbia. And she wins it, but that goes right back to center ice. Cassidy Anderson, ready to scoop it up, bring it back into team penetration. Leave it there now in the corner. Vanessa Klitke, and she takes a shot on the drop. And now Japan killed the penalty, and now the ice extended. Now the time has expired on that. And again, they're only 2 right on the power play.
A couple of good chances there, Brad, but still not enough to get something going.
Go with a shot out of the box. You go over him, she just misses that. Yeah, it's tough to see up here. Evan is not going to see Evan out of the way.
That was a great play from the corner. Shot from the slot, but a fan shot there by Japan, and no scoring chance.
They are trying to make something happen. 17-10 to go in this game. Quick shot. Quick save. By Gilmanaz.
And the fans here at Nate Arena really trying to urge on their home team here, really trying to get something going. And I think the girls on the bench, they really want to try to get something going too. I mean, an opportunity to play a caliber team like this doesn't come around too often. And when you get in there and show that team that you're there to play, it's better all around.
Oh, no doubt about it, for sure. And there's Remmel now. She's out there, a speeding winner. And a big plunge there. Nancy was down, and that's Sherry Bowles who got ran over by a Japanese train. And she still looks gingerly on the ice, trying to play the rest of her shift. Klitke now ahead. Klitke up with the post. It falls right it off the post. Can you get any closer than that? Fury Bowles. Oh my. That's one sound when you're down 2-0, Evan, that you do not want to hear. And that's a sound of iron behind Bukamoji.
And that's exactly right, Brad. Sherry Bowles is going to want that one back. But excellent play from the slot, little drop pass. And Sherry Bowles almost put that one away to make the game 2-1.
And Anderson, quick shot there by...
Interesting note here for the OOKS. They're actually doing really well on the face-off win percentage here. They seem to be getting a lot of pucks back to the blue line, which is a great thing. But yet again, nobody in front of Fujimoto to deflect that shot. And she's going to see that, and she's going to respond to it.
Yeah, you betcha. You betcha. And traffic is a key, man. Big time. on this Japanese team. You need to get bodies up front, and Nate's just not doing that. We stressed that all game long, and I have seen no results this far. There's now Carly. Good call. She turned that puck over to Japan now. Team Japan just won't let up on the native hockey team. And Krimko in there, Anderson as well in there battling. And the whistle goes.
Yeah, you know what? A really good player on the lineup here for OOKS has been Klimke. Vanessa Klimke. She's honestly, if a first star could be given out for a Nate Ook right now, I would give it to Klimke. She's been all over the ice. She's been generating scoring chances. She's been playing great defensively. Unfortunately, she had that one penalty that ended up being a goal in the back of the net for the OOKS. But other than that blemish, she's had an amazing game for the OOKS.
Academic upgrading, so she's smart and she's ready to learn. And it shows she's a quick learner tonight, as she seems to be the only one really catching on to the style of play in Team Japan.
Well, I mean, Nate's putting on the pressure here, but Japan is playing a very aggressive style defensive game, which a lot of teams don't get away with. I mean, they're aggressive, but they still maintain that ability to shut a team down.
Nate now battling in the corner. And now in Nate territory is Anderson trying to fight her way off 3 Japanese defenders. My apologies, that was Summerfield. Team Japan now trying to work their way, making a 3-0 game. Way back in, Summerfield has no part of that. They'll chip it into her zone and make a change. Sherry Bowles, the lone woman on that play for Nate, and there's 4 Japanese defenders. There's now Team Japan, and the feisty one they like to call Jody Rama. And here's Bowles. We've been talking about her all game long. Chances after chance, and a recent chance she rang one at the post. Hopefully she gets many more opportunities in her career to make something happen. Seems like she's almost snake bitten. It's like the whole Nate OOKS team so far. Ashley Rossi now with the puck for Nate. And there's Sherry Bowles. The aforementioned Sherry Bowles. The 21 drop pass, didn't work, takes the drop pass and keeps it. Down in the corner fighting off 2 Japanese defenders. Anderson in there helping her out. Couldn't get away now, here's number 13, Fukamoji. Japan now applying the pressure. Cycling the puck around. Trying to make it a 3-0 stranglehold on these natives with 13-20 to go in the third period of play. Here's Greg Lyon, she chipped it past her man, and Reeves, Carly Reeves, fires it not very far, but enough to get a change, a wholesale change. Flat for the OOKS, and they're going to run in, and as Nicole Dunlap got her bell rung, and we seen just prior to that, Cassidy Anderson went off the ice, looking a little gingerly. So we'll keep our eye on number 2. Nicole Dunlap in there battling, and here's Team Japan again away with the puck. Hannah and Kubo. Well, what is Japan as they're fighting on net? And just wide. Japan again walks out front. And that fan on it in the corner goes. Japan again out front. Shot that was blocked. Oh boy. We are coming close. So close to making this a 3-0 hockey game. with Team Japan.
I know Japan is just putting on the pressure like crazy on these OOKS, and with 11 minutes to go in the game, you really expect this team to jump on the other side here and for the OOKS to get the chances, but Japan is relentless.
Pachansky and their big number 19. Nicole Pachansky and here's Remmel. The feisty one in Remmel. Sherry Bowles out there as well. With Pachansky and Remmel. Remmel couldn't quite get that as I squeaked outside the zone. And here's number 17, Yuka Haruga of the Japanese national team. Comes back to Hori at the point. That was a quick shot. A quick shot by Team Japan. The guy hit a bunch of bodies in the corner. Number 15, Furas. The rollback. Now with the puck behind Ryuk's net. And they need a better transition than they do right now. If they want anything to go their way, and there you see Sherry Bowles weakly throwing that on net. Cassie Anderson, you can see her back out there and healthy and ready to go. Team Japan now trying to settle things down. Intercepted there by Danielle Brown. She comes into the zone with Vanessa Koppel. Team Japan now away, and you know what? I'm amazed by the speed of Team Japan right now. Like, I know I've been saying this all game, but they haven't skipped a beat. You think they'd be tired or something, but not a chance. Cassie Anderson in there now, trying to corral the puck. Grenade. Team Japan back to that point. Weekly shot. Tipped on that rebound. And a big save by Shannon Gilmanhouse. Shot that was blocked on the way to its net. Yoko Kondo at the point for Japan, and then was steered away, and Carly Reeves will chip that in and send it down the ice. Oh, the sloppy play there at the blue line is Matheson collided with a Japanese player with both their heads down. Speaking of Matheson, they turn over. And a big save by Gilmanhouse.
Brad, this is what we're talking about. Giebelhaus, she has come in here in the third period, and she is definitely keeping this team in the game. Huge shot from the point by the Japanese national team, and a deflection on... what we're hearing right now, actually, by the announcer is, regardless of the way the game ends, there will be a 5-minute 4-on-4 to end this this matchup with Japan and Canada.
As well as a shootout.
As well as a shootout. So that's kind of interesting for the fans here at Nate Arena.
You'll be hearing more of Evan Dagenhart and myself. You won't get rid of us that quick. I know our voices are tough to listen to, but...
Hey man, speak for yourself.
And here's Ashley Rossi now in the corner. And she's in there battling. Rossi chips it to Volova. Oh, but Team Japan and a big save by Gilmanhouse. Oh my goodness, where is TSN? But we need him. A top 10 save there by Gilmanhouse, one of the best of the night.
Now, you know, Shannon Giebelhaus, she really came in here and she's making these top-notch saves for this team and keeping them in it.
You want to pick 3 stars, that is number 1. She's number 1.
And that is 4 huge saves for Giebelhaus in the span of 2 minutes on a deflection from the point blank from the slot, and now another one from the slot, and she just turned them all away.
If we had instant replay, I would show that over and over again. I would save that for my grandkids to watch, because what a save! And here's me now. Trying desperately, almost on their heels, it looks like, Evan, as they try to work the puck out of their own end. Danielle Brown in there. along with Anderson, as Anderson trips over to Japan, cuts away the puck. Japan now. Haruna with a shot. Straight aside by Gilmanov. And now Nate might
Please look at your game programs for the next lucky numbers.
Daniel Brown got caught.
Number 93 and number 16.
Danielle Brown. Yes, it's Danielle Brown. Oh, to me, I got my numbers mixed up. Carly Reeves now driving the net. Trying for something. A big save by Fukumoto. Another big save by Fukumoto. And finally, they score! Hey, what do you say? State is on the board, folks. 2-1 hockey game.
And I mean, that right there just goes to show you, don't give up on a play. Put the puck in front of the net.
Oh, Bobby Orr. The horse is wearing number 8. And what a play. That, my friend, is relentless and never giving up on the puck, following all the way around. Fukumoto made 3.
Fujimoto.
My apologies to her. 3 big saves, and the 4th one she couldn't get. And finally, Nate gets on the board. It's 2-1. Here with 7:02 to go in this game.
The Oops goal scored by number 8, Vanessa Kalinke. Assisted by number 9, Carly Reed.
Of course, the name I've been struggling with all night long. Vanessa Kalinke with the goal. And gives the women's hockey team their first goal of this, I guess, exhibition year. They had one the other night against the Penguins. And that was it. I guess they, so here's one tonight, and hopefully many more to come with 6:52 to go in the third. It still says 10 shots on goal for the Utes. Obviously, that can't be right. The shots guys falling behind. Maybe he's eating too much popcorn down there.
You never know, Brad, but with 6:30 left to play, that goal from Klimke is huge for this team. Absolutely huge.
Absolutely. You know, she's been like a honeybee buzzing around
And a block shot by Klimke. I mean,
speaking of Clint, she took that right off the palm, right in the sweet spot, and she'll be feeling that tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to get a whistle here, and that just goes to show you the kind of caliber game that Klimke's been playing. Just digging in front of the net, making those stops, and that was a shot that was going to go right on Giebelhaus. And she took that one right in the palm of her hand and immediately dropped, and the ref had to blow that whistle down. But I mean, just edgy play by Klimke to get in front of that lane and block that shot. And, you know, she might have stopped a scoring chance on that play right there, Brad. And this team here, even down 2-1, it just shows the caliber and style of play that they have. The grit that these guys have of not giving up, it's impressive to see.
You know what, they've been showing some tremendous heart and tremendous fight here against the national team. Quick shot by the time that was blocked on its way through, and here's Remmel. Jenny Remmel away now. And Gragwire got her pocket picked by a Japanese forward. They shoot, and that just wide of the net. Team Japan all over the ice in this first half. The shot that blocked again, and a wide into the corner. Back to the point now for Japan. They take the shot, working down all the half marks, and Japan, Nate took a swipe at it, can't get it out, still can't get it out. That's Summerfield is the one trying to get it out, and here is Matheson. It's Prochanska, pardon me. And number 12, Oshawa. He's got one of the 2 goals here this season for Japan. Oshawa still working in the corner now, behind the net. All down, no call. I thought there might be a hockey call on the way, but no whistle and play continued. Now away comes Nate. It's going to be a 3-on-2. They decided to dump a chase and go for a line change. So here's Nate now. Bauer. I haven't saw much of her today. She's been a very stay-at-home defenseman for the OOKS so far. A great heads-up play there.
Just an update there from Klimke. She is still behind the bench there, getting addressed by one of the trainers on the OOKS squad. Klimke took that shot in the hand in the previous play before, and still getting work done. So hopefully that's not going to be an injury that plagues her over this season.
Wow. This is, if she is done for the rest of the game, obviously there's 4:51 remaining in this hockey game. If she's done for the rest of the game, this could be a huge loss for the Nate Ooks. Because she's been kind of a firecracker for the Ooks so far. And here's Japan. Still cycling the puck around. Has enough of this mess and covers that up. And shooting, they play some Elvis Presley, Rattle My Brains.
This is great balls of fire.
I'm sorry, I don't know my Elvis Presley. I'm sorry. Hey, don't hate on me. Don't hate on me. Come on. I got Evan Dagan or bitch over killing himself laughing. Great balls of fire by Elvis Presley. That's my apologies.
Oh boy.
My apologies. To the odds. Oh, what a goal. Team Japan. 6-1 Yeah, they give it us. And it's 3-1 as they restore their 2-goal lead. You know what? In my mind, Evan, no love loss here, but that was a weak one.
You know what? You saw the pressure coming. Japan was putting all the pressure on since about 10 minutes left in the period here. The Ooks got that quick goal to make it 2-1, but it's been all Japan this period, and they happened to get one past Giebelhaus. She had some great saves this period, but that one slipped her by, and you know what? Scores 3-1 with 4:21 left in the third period.
Now let's see if Nate has a quick answer here with time. Definitely not on their side. And here's Pachanska, the captain of the Native team. And there now Anderson pitching up and trying to feed to Pachanska. And down that grand wire.
Japan goal. Scored by number 5, Kane Aoki. Assisted by number 21, Kane Kubo. And number 18, Tomoko Sakagami. Time of the goal, 15 minutes, 39 seconds.
No icing. My apologies. I thought it was going to be. The referee waited out last minute. Team Japan again working their way into the territory. Summerfield all over her man, her woman, sorry. Almost said man, it's not men's hockey, it's women's hockey.
Well, you didn't almost say it, Brad. You did say it, but nice pickup.
Yeah, nice catch. Oh, and a slick little move there by Kobe Reed.
Cheeky move there inside their own blue line. That's
almost coughed it up though.
Yeah, that's not something you want to do down 3-1 with 3 minutes left to go. That's for sure.
Here's now Team Japan. Still taking control of this game. 250 to go in the second inning. Brad Bartman, Evan Dagan out with you. And we have been all game long. We will all season long as well. Alongside Big Mike.
Great glove save by Giebelhaus.
Gargantuous save, as Rod Phillips would say.
Cross-ice pass by the Japanese national team, but Giebelhaus saw that all the way, nobody in the lane, and great save to keep it 3-1. You know, hopefully these Nate Ooks can turn something on in this last 2 minutes and 40 seconds because they're going to need a couple of goals quick here.
They're going to need a lucky bounce. I hope God's on their side tonight. Oh, it missed the net. Almost put this game away and on ice as if it wasn't there already.
That was a wicked shot from that Japanese national team member. Huge shot.
And Giebelhaus will cover that up and then sort of Ginger she'll go for a skate and get people out of her crease. But my goodness.
2:23 left to go, Brad, and what do the Lady Ooks have to do here to get something going?
They need to get shots. First off, they need to get out of their zone to get something going.
Yeah, it's,
nothing is going their way here.
Well, I mean, they're having some great plays, but the majority of the plays have been in their own end, and when that happens in a hockey game, and you see yourself on the bottom end of a score, it's hard to climb your way back up.
Wow, it's tough to play hockey in your own end, to be quite honest. So let's hope, it's a learning curve too, right? Like we said, it's exhibition. and they can only get better from here. Here's Pachanska all over her man. They're trying to get the puck out of the zone. It's not working out for the Redukes this far. And Kondo with a quick shot. That was wide of that cage. Koda down with a quick shot. That was blocked on the way through. 3-1, 1:35 to go in this hockey game. Here's the Nate Arena in Japan lead. Kondo. Over Kondo. Kondo with a shot. Again, a little wide. You know, I hate to say it. It almost looks like a power play here for Team Japan.
Yeah, so far in these last couple of minutes, the Redukes haven't even seen the puck outside their own end.
1:10 remaining. Again, the score 3-1. Finally, Nate fires it down the ice. No icing, and let that play. 1 minute exactly here on the clock now. Gilbert Haas, oh, that took a bounce, but she holds on to that. And with 55.9 to go, 3-1 score, I pretty much say this one's over.
Well, it's desperation time for the OOKS, Brad, and you never count a team out. A minute's still a lot of hockey left to be played, but obviously with the puck being in their end for the majority, it's hard to generate chances. I mean, the OOKS are trying to get the puck out, create some chances, but Japan is just being a great defensive, offensive team right now.
Oh, they got stunning. You know what? Whoever thought Japan couldn't produce a hockey team, well, I'm looking at this firsthand. This is just amazing. And I hope to see them represent a team in the Olympics hopefully sometime soon. 30 seconds ago here, puck in the corner now, Japan zone, but Japan will make quick work of that and send it to their own blue line, and they will chip it out just barely as Brower feeds it now to Matheson. Matheson off the skate of her own player right to a Japanese defender, and with 8 seconds left, Nate's got the pressure now. Brower with a tip, and this will just about do it. Japan will send it down the ice, and it is over. But reminder, folks, we are not done. No, we are not done. There's a 4-on-4 overtime to come. Lots of shootout. Just stay right here.
I guess that's a little speculation right now. 2 minutes and 9 seconds in the overtime. And to confirm, if you just started tuning in, Japan did win the regular game 3-1. This is just an extra added overtime to have a little fun with the fans and the ladies here.
There's Anderson now with the puck. She gets tripped up. I thought there might be a call there. No call. As play resumes, I'm not a referee either, so let the play continue. Here comes the Japan. 2-1 in the point though. Japan! Stopped by Gilbert. So what got get to a save. Back the other way down, Nate. 2-on-3. Yeah, 4-on-2 here right away, and Sherry Bowles now. Get in the puck now in the corner for the OOKS. Here's Brower. She'll beat Summerfield. Couldn't get right on the stick of a Team Japan. Team Japan will put it in as they want to make a team. And here's Nate now in the neutral zone. Nothing's generated.
Less than a minute to play in this overtime period, Brad.
And Brower will chip that in. Team Japan again, centering the puck down there on end. Here's Team Japan again. It's 2-on-2. It's Japan is up. Japan with a shot. Going on with a save. Rebound. And another great save to keep this a scoreless overtime. 30 seconds to play. You know what? Janet Gilbert-Haas, oh my. She is an all-star. This is only exhibition game number 2 for the women. Can you imagine what the regular season will bring if she stays this sharp? Anderson was shot wide. Didn't get that on target. Team Japan will finish up this overtime on a breakaway. If they can get it out, a great save by Kevin Haas with no time remaining. The team at a scoreless overtime, and we are headed the best part of hockey, folks, and that is the shootout.
Yeah, you know what? First star in that overtime period goes to number 30, Shannon Giebelhaus. She made 3 breakaway stops, putting the pad down, and unbelievable saves put together by Shannon Giebelhaus.
Beck Michaels made a reference early in the game here. Ed Belfour, like, oh my goodness, she is shining. Maybe the Edmonton Oilers need to give her a call.
You never know. She's been playing hot tonight, and it looks like the Japanese national team will shoot first in the shootout against number 30, Shannon Giebelhaus. We will see who is going to take the shootout down. That's a draw in the overtime period, so Japan's got 1 feather in their cap. The OOKS still looking for a feather.
And it looks like Nate will shoot first on Fujimoto.
Oh, they've changed the order around here, Brad, last minute. The home team is going to shoot first.
Nicole Gregoire will shoot for Nate, am I correct? I cannot see the jersey number.
Yeah, that is Gregoire there, down there, Brad, yes.
Cassie Anderson, my apologies. Cassie Anderson will go mano-a-mano against Fujimoto. Anderson in. Anderson digs. Great save by Fujimoto. No sweat broken there, as it was pretty easy stuff for her.
Cassidy Anderson went in there with a routine shot from the slot, tried to get it short side underneath the arm of Fujimoto, but Fujimoto shuts the door.
Ashawa will shoot for Japan, the captain of his Japanese national team, 1-on-1. Ashawa in. One shot, and he scores! Top shelf for Bullock. It's a cookie jar. And it's 1-0 in the shootout.
My mother doesn't have a cookie jar, Brad.
Oh, my mom does.
You bring some cookie to school tomorrow?
Maybe if you're lucky. And here's the small but deadly Julie Remmel, and she gets stopped by Fukumoto. What an easy save. You know what? That play by Remmel, no enthusiasm whatsoever.
She walked in there. She didn't know what to expect there, but if Japan scores here, the shootout is all over.
Yaramani in on Gillenhouse now, and then she scores a pretty little dangle. Steven Stamkos would be impressed with that. What a move.
And you know what? That's 2 goals against 0 for the Japanese national team, so they do take the shootout, but we will finish off with the last OOKS shooter.
Not looking up the par here, and number 6, Lindsay Bauer.
Sorry, Brad, that was actually...
that was Carly Reed.
Yeah, and she gets stopped by Fujimoto.
Number.
Well, that's the problem. That's what happens when you commentate on women's hockey. The hair might get in the way.
So Rua Yukita now trying to make a 3-0 routine in Japan up against Giebel Haas. Yukita in, scores. Makes it look easy. 3-0 in the shootout. Where is Giebel Haas in the regular play? I mean, this is not the Giebel Haas we just watched.
I mean, it just goes to show you it's a team game, and she's getting a little bit strung out here, just one-on-one, but this Japanese national team has some serious moves.
Unbelievable. And that is it, folks. Team Japan takes the shootout, takes the regular game. 3-1 takes the shootout, 3-0. With a great effort by the Nate OOKS, and they will be back at it for more exhibition games next weekend. We will not have that for you. We will be back here in the booth October the 12th, back here at the Nate Arena, as ACAC action gets underway in the home opener.
Yeah, you know what, Brad, regardless of the outcome of this game, I think this is great for both countries to come out here, have a little exhibition game, feel a little competition, and the handshake at center ice right now. And there's respect for both teams coming out here. They played their hearts out, and in the end, the Japanese national team just got one on top.
Oh, you know what? I got so much respect now, not only for the OOKS, but for this Japanese national team. I mean, I really, coming into this game, Evan, I really underestimated the talent Japanese hockey players have. I didn't realize how much talent they did have. You know, you don't see Japanese hockey.
Yeah, you know what? Here in Canada, Brad, we're not introduced to a lot of other country hockey, right? Well, we're sitting here watching Canada, and we know that Canada is the top runners in the game of hockey, right?
Oh, my apologies. I cut you out there.
Yeah, you just smoked me in the head there. That's okay. And we're gonna have the players of the game on both sides now.
Who do you think the player of the game goes to?
Now I got to give it to Klimke here for the OOKS.
Okay, really? I got to give it to number 30.
For Team Japan, the player of the game, number 18, Tomoko Sakagami.
And Sakagami is the player of the game for Team Japan. Great effort by this girl. I mean, she had 2 points tonight. Just a wonderful effort.
Number 9, Carly Reed.
Carly Reed with the star of the game for the OOKS.
You know what? I'm not disappointed in that. Carly Reed deserved it. She played one hell of a game. And
We invite the coaches,
good job.
led by Deanna Vodka, to present the gifts to the Japanese coaching staff.
There's a little gesture of respect here. I like this here. The coach is walking over to the Japanese coaching staff and offering a gift in respect for them coming out here. That is great stuff, and that's what Nate Athletics lined this up for.
This is wonderful respect to Japan and everything they've done. They obviously taken time out of their schedule to come over here and play. A long flight. You know, just wonderful game by both sides.
Thank you for joining us tonight for this.
Well, you know what, Brad? That just about wraps up our time here. You know, thanks for being here with me tonight, and thanks for
having me.
yeah, you know, we're just starting in with the season, so we're gonna work out some of the kinks. But I gotta say, still pretty impressed with our abilities here to commentate on a game. Maybe we got a couple of feathers in our caps here to start off the season, eh?
I think so. We got, I think, the hardest names out of the way, and bring on the regular season. And there's the Nate OOKS will give a little salute to the fans here, as well as Team Japan. We'll give a salute.
Brad, Mr. Bartko, thanks for hanging out with me tonight, and I just want to say great job tonight, and I appreciate the efforts we put in here, and I'm looking forward to some more games with you this season.
Hey, it's going to be a great honor. I'm really looking forward to everything. Thank you, obviously, Nate Athletics, for this opportunity to give this experience under my belt, and it's going to be a wonderful year. I'm excited.
Well, that's it for us here at Enter92, broadcasting live from the Nate Arena. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and hopefully you join us next time for some Nate OOK hockey.
Jonesy, you got a phone I can borrow, man? Yes. Oh boy, my phone's dead. I got my Oh yeah, you got a charger on yours. Yeah. Oh my shit, how'd you manage that?
$70 for it.
You got the new update on yours too?
Yeah. It's vibrating randomly.
Did you lose anything during the update or no?
Google Maps, YouTube.
Oh.
Anything Google. Really? Yeah, Apple is fully different.
Do you still want to go on or do you want to go on? It's up to you.
Well, I gotta push on another radio. Also be
Hey, you coming?
It's fine. I just don't want you
Oh, are you okay? I'm just getting out of the booth now. Yeah, come in. I'm in the ring.
I just don't want to pressure you. I know.
Whereabouts is the ring? Like, my parents are here.
I really want to.
But whereabouts is it?
Where are they right now?
Where are you right now? Where are you right now? She's out the side where the bus picks up.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. They're on the west side.
They're on the west side?
Yeah. Hold on. Trying to describe it here. Hold on.
Popcorn everywhere.
Yeah, they're on the west side.
Well, stay where the bus is. We can go get you there. Because we're going to be walking that way anyway.
They're at the activity center. Where is
Where?
The activity center.
Oh, that's right over here. It said I can.
It's right out here.
Yeah, just
You're
tell
right
them to stay there.
outside.
We'll get you there.
Just stay there and I'll come meet you. Stay there.
It says activity center.
Okay. Bye. Come out the side door that faces west. Or
Right.
west. Hey Jones, you want to help me get down here after or what? Alright.
I'm just going to go get a quick quote.
Fucking spin right here. Let me come down with you. Let's do this. I'd love to see it. Here, Jonesy.